I don't want to play Elden Ring because it's too hard. Let me ban it. Yo.
It's time to fight back.
Before we get into this subject, I just want to say that I don't have a problem with anybody involved in this banning situation or anything like that. This is merely I'm using this as a point of discussion, you know? So I don't have a problem with the TOs or anybody like that. This is just merely here for discussion, and of course this is what's relevant right now, so that's why I'm bringing up these tweets. Recently there was a tournament, Region Warfare 3, and it looks like Labcoat21 was banned. So this is the tier right here, and he says that it's with a heavy heart, I have to ban Labcoat21 for this event. She's too overwhelming, toxic, and has already had my players questioning their future with the game. I can't recommend this to other TOs enough to preserve the life of the game and continue its future. So, personally, I don't think banning any characters is a wise move, you know? Unless the character has has been put into the game as a boss character, for example. The one that springs to my mind the most that is just, you know, a straight up ban, no questions asked, is Akuma in Super Turbo, right? That was an obvious boss character they just put in for fun. That was not meant to be used in a tournament format, you know, it's just, that is obviously supposed to be banned, right? But this character here, I don't think it's a good idea. Labcoat21 is a really strong character. She's a very, very strong character. But bro, I don't know about banning her, really. He did add some context to it right here. And so this is players from the tournament that he runs, right? Very, very upset tweets, obviously. I wish this character never came out. It's really hard to like Dragon Ball FighterZ right now. Texas Showdown going to be my last FighterZ tournament if things stay the way they are. So there's a lot of people not happy with the way the character is right now. But do you really think that banning is the solution? What makes him think she's toxic? So the problem with so Talentino, people think that Labcoat21 is toxic and stuff because she's the only character in the game that can debuff opponents pretty easily. I agree. The level 1 command grab is very, very strong. The properties of it are kind of insane, right? It's 4th frame, key blast invincible up to the 4th frame, and then fully invincible from the 4th frame onwards, right? That's insane for 1 bar, right? And if she hits you with that, she debuffs your character permanently whilst buffing herself. So it's kind of crazy. That's really, really strong mechanic. I personally think that it's such a game controlling mechanic that it is probably one of the strongest mechanics we've ever had in fighters, right? But I don't think banning any character is the answer, because once you start banning characters, right, for people to use, where does it end? When Labcoat21 was created, I wonder if Arxis even cares about the game. They aren't trying. We don't know if they were under time restraints. We don't know the situation on how she was developed or anything like that. All I can see is that they wanted this 21 gimmick. They didn't really think about how it could impact the game this much, you know? Here's the thing, right? If you're a TO and you decide to ban the character, do you expect all other TOs to ban the character? I mean, this one here specifically says that he thinks other TOs should ban the character, you know? But is that really beneficial for your scene? Because if you have serious players in your scene that are serious about competing and want to travel and want to, you know, go to Evo, for example, where she's 100% not going to be banned, even if there's no patch before Evo, are you helping them or are you hindering their progress? Because they're going to play against a ton of Android 21 players there. She's completely busted, but banning her is not the way to go out. Because where does it end? Unless the players decide the bans per match themselves. Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. I don't want to play Elden Ring because it's too hard. Let me ban it. Yo. Yo, you have to stop. If you decide to ban characters now, just for your locals, you're hurting your scene, I feel like. And that's, again, like I said, I've got nothing against this guy, McBenedict, at all. I've got nothing against him. I have massive respect for all tournament organizers because I know how stressful that can be and how difficult it can be. So I just feel like this decision is a bit extreme. Why not ban the debuff move? I mean, that's a bit... I mean, if you're starting to ban specific tool sets in, then we're kind of getting into the territory of those like meme Smash tournaments where it's like no ledge guarding and stuff like this, you know. and this is the funny part as well. Like, he actually asked if he should ban Labcoat21, and mad people said no. More people said no than yes. and then he banned them anyway. He banned the character anyway. So I don't know, man. So from his point of view, from what I understand, he wants his scene to be happy playing the game. He wants his scene to thrive. But I feel like doing stuff like this and banning characters is kind of the opposite. And like I said, nothing against this dude for his opinions. I just feel like it's a little extreme, like I said. You know, you're not happy with the game or anything like that. I feel like that's actually the wrong way to get the developers' attention. Like, if you keep making the game grow and thrive by just, you know, whatever, like letting it rock, people start seeing lab coat in the top 8s, you know, 8 lab coats. They're more likely to balance the game based on that. Not only that, like, bro, when GT was everywhere, literally everywhere in season 2, man, he got nerfed after that. People are a bit unsure about, you know, what's the future of fighters and stuff like that. Like, nobody knows yet. But supporting the game, regardless of how strong the characters are, is the best bet. Is the best thing to do, because they are more likely to support the game and balance the game and add more content and stuff like that if more people are playing this shit. You know, like, let's be real. That's how they look at things. They look at numbers. It will open a Pandora's box. That's my main thing with it, Evans. If you start banning characters now in not only Dragon Ball FighterZ but other games, where does it end, bro? Bro, look at some of the other games that have had crazy characters in that didn't get banned, that literally changed the game. Bro, Dark Virgil in Marvel 3. Do you know how broken this fucking character was? But we just have to let it rock. We have to deal with it. The sad thing is, Arxis seems like they usually only do patches like once a year. That's why Bardock and GT lasted most of their seasons. Do you know what? That's kind of true. I remember that one season with GT, and it was a long time we had to put up with GT. Like, it was a long time. As an audience, I don't really want to see one character use the whole tournament. It brings that variety, any amusements to watch. Dude, I feel like this is different, though, from Season 2, where in Season 2, the snap meta was so strong, and basically, if you played a tool character, it was like a death sentence. Like, at least now we're seeing a lot of the cast being used. They do a pretty damn good job of balancing this game, if I'm honest. Overall, I'm saying, right? Pretty much every character is viable right now. Think about that. 21 is good. They should change the debuff into 7%. Do you know what? I wouldn't even mind it if they did something like that, and then it could stack up to like 21% Hikari. You know, something like that. That might be a bit more viable, a bit more fair. You know, because for 1 bar, she's doing a lot with 1 bar. My final thoughts on this is banning characters is too extreme, because it just opens up like Evan said, a Pandora's box of possibilities that are not necessarily benefiting the community. You're going to be hindering your community overall, because what gets banned in one tournament isn't going to be consistent with other tournaments, and it's just going to cause lots of problems. But yeah, let it rock. 21 is mad strong. Deal with it, basically.